All right, let's go to another one. This is a big one on the college football slate. We're getting Cincinnati at Notre Dame. Cincinnati now down to about a 1.5 favorite. Total sitting in that low 50s range, about 51. This is okay. This is going to be fun from a couple standpoints. First, is Notre Dame good? I mean, what is Notre
You
Dame
tell
doing?
me.
I don't know. I don't know. They're 4-0. They're finding ways to win games. Credit to them. They are, last week they get Wisconsin and score defensive touchdowns. They're getting special teams touchdowns on them. They get the win. So kudos and congratulations to Wisconsin. Now they get, or to Notre Dame, excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah, no
They get
congratulations for Wisconsin. We'll get to them.
We'll get to Wisconsin coming up. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Cincinnati, obviously biggest game, not only this season, maybe last season, maybe in the program's history. They get a chance, maybe ever, coming off a bye week. So you've got some defense here, Cincinnati. Can they do it with defense? We've heard a lot about them over the last couple of years.
Didn't Cincinnati play Indiana last week? I thought Cincinnati played Indiana last week.
No, they're off the Boston. They played 2 weeks ago. They got a bye week here, right?
They've been sitting for a week? Oh,
you like them? You like them?
Well, no, this is one of those classic cases of a road team is favored in a situation against a brand. Notre Dame is a brand. And you're sitting at the counter all week and just taking bets on Notre Dame money line. Why are they underdogs? I mean, they're since he's 3-0, but they're 2-1 against the number. Notre Dame's 4-0 with 2-2 against the spread. They looked super impressive last week. They did. They lit Wisconsin up in that fourth quarter. That game was closer than it looked by the final. But
yes,
they covered and made sure that all the alumni were very happy with this one. I think it's a tall task for Cincinnati to go into Notre Dame and win the game. Is it not?
Well, it is from a program defining standpoint. It is from you. It's tough to go into Notre Dame Stadium and walk out of there with a win, but you're trying to decide here, is Notre Dame on one of those fantastic years where you're just finding ways to win, or are they wobbly and ready to get beat against a team that has to be as ready for this game as it's ever been in the history of the program? Now go to some things. Notre Dame's been the beneficiary of turnovers, and Cincinnati's been turning it over.
Yes.
We're back to turnovers again. And I know we could say this every game. Can Cincinnati get that together? Can they get after Jack Cohen if he plays? He's been dinged up. If Jack Cohen plays, is Cincinnati's defense ready to step up to the challenge and go after this Notre Dame and get what would be a massive win?
That's the question. I think, obviously, if Cohen doesn't play, that's a huge factor in the game. And I think, the lines makers know that it's funny. You make a number on this game and you go, all right, if we put pick, which it probably should be, we're going to get all Cincy money. So we'll float it out under a field goal and see what they do with it. We used to say that all the time in the room. Well, nobody's doing anything with it. It's Wednesday. We're recording this, and nobody's really done anything with it. It's bounced around 1.5, 2.5. That's pretty much consensus line right now. A lot of times, I'm telling you, with a total of 50 and a half, pretty much across all the boards, I think we're going to see more points in this game than we're expecting.
Ooh.
I do. I think we're going to see a little bit of a different style game. Wisconsin, I don't know what they showed me last week other than I think their expectations we can temper. Notre Dame, I'm not ready to increase my stock on them, but I'm thinking, man, is this one of those games where the books are saying, go ahead, bet Cincy for all you want. We're going to need Notre Dame. And the bad guys are waiting to hammer this thing, come kick, and close at pick. I think that's probably what's going to happen.
All right, let me give you one other defensive stat here you might be interested in. Cincinnati, you hear so much about the defense. They're not generating a ton of sacks so far, but how about this number? Against Indiana, you just referenced, and that was 2 weeks ago, not last week, so they're off this week. They generated and were credited with 32 pressures on the quarterback.
32, did you say?
32 pressures on the quarterback.
Did anybody block? What is that?
So they're not getting home. Now, Wisconsin got home on Notre Dame last week. I don't know if Wisconsin's going to, but if they're going to get pressure here, look out. You're probably right. I know you always tell me take those home dogs and go from there. This is just massive for Cincinnati. I won't touch this one because I'm just going to watch it and enjoy it. I might lean Cincinnati, though. This might be one of those Notre Dame. Show me again if you can beat another good team. This is the biggest game for Cincinnati. Go get it. Show me you're ready, Cincinnati.
I thought they were going to be in that wobbly stage last week and lose to Wisconsin in that game, and instead they not only won, they won convincingly at the end.
Yeah, fair.
I want to say the same thing happens here, and I'm rooting for Cincinnati because I just need to end this Notre Dame possibly getting into the playoff nonsense. Now, the sooner we can do that for all the Notre Dame haters, the better. So I'm rooting for Cincinnati, but again, this is a hard game to bet, and I think maybe we'll get a better indication later in the week. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, click on another video right here on the screen. And if you really liked it, consider subscribing below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.